New Rory and Mal.
New Rory and Mal.
You know what's crazy? I think they still use that drop.
Do they?
I think they do. I feel like I've heard
it's like one of their nephews or some shit like that, right?
I think it's Rory's.
Okay.
Yeah. They just struck a deal with Stitcher for $10 million.
Yeah. Thought that was your block. My niggas ran that. Them niggas big pussy. Pass me a Tampax. Selling that powwow. I got that anthrax.
So obviously something is going right in that camp.
Gotta be. I mean, I haven't seen them niggas in a while, but I mean, somebody's seeing something in them to put the jetpack on their back like that.
From what I've seen of the sketches, I think there was 3 sketches before they actually dropped something, or around when they dropped something, which I thought all of them were pretty good. And then they dropped a skit by about episode 3 or 4 that I thought was pretty good. It was like Rory on a date with a girl, and they were just kind of going through.
From what I've seen from them, it does seem like they're establishing a different type of content. You know, they're not trying to recreate the JBP, which I think is smart. Yeah. Right? Create your own lane so that you won't forever be tied to Joe and what he got going on.
1,000%.
It's obviously worked. I'm interested to see where they take it. Like, what kind of... So are we just looking at Rory and Mal improv now, or what we?
Well, they don't just do sketches. I mean, they actually do a podcast where they discuss.
I'm saying $10 million is a lot of money. That's
yeah.
I'm thinking a lot of that is ad placement and production and shit like that. So
I have to wonder because from what I know about Stitcher is I think it's a primarily audio based app. Mm-hmm. So if they're doing video sketches, maybe they're looking to get into the video space.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see many platforms that are catered to audio only staying that way very longer anyways.
Honestly, we do the whole social media thing. I think video is king. I think it's much more.
It is. It's engaging.
It engages visual and audio, whereas you can be doing any and everything when you're listening to an audio podcast.
To the point where I would not be surprised if platforms like SoundCloud or Spotify started also incorporating the video aspects of the podcast that they...
I think Spotify does.
Do they? All right. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense.
SoundCloud doesn't, obviously, but they're mostly audio anyway. But a lot of places are Tidal. When you're looking through, and Apple Music too. When you're looking through the audio, obviously albums and things like that, you can see an artist's music videos, and obviously for podcasts and stuff like that, they've gotten into video as well. Video is king, I think. And so I think they'll probably be looking to kind of engage into that a little bit with this move. For Rory and Mal, huge congratulations. I think it goes a long way into saying they knew their worth. Yeah. And so they were able to kind of go out there and split from Joe and still, get the bag.
Unfortunate how it happened, but, that's life, I guess. And it is good to see them, forging their own path. It didn't have to be this, us versus Joe kind of, dynamic. I'm glad to see that the company didn't try to play into that or utilize that. I'm just interested to see what they got coming up, man, because there's a lot of potential for them and what they do as opposed to what they were doing before now.
For the sake of conversation purposes, basically for the thumbnail, do they owe any sort of, at least thanks to Joe Budden and the platform that he has afforded them on the podcast for them to go ahead and separate and get a deal outside of it?
I don't think it needs to be said or addressed publicly. That's not for anyone else to enjoy. But I mean, I'm sure they've had conversations with Joe since, and like you said, if you respect someone as a man, you talk to him. I mean, that's how I was raised. That's what I think about respect for a friend. If you respect somebody, regardless of business, regardless of disagreements professionally or what have you, you respect your brother. You talk to him like a brother, and it's a telltale sign of whether or not you truly respect someone. So, with that being said, I'm sure they've had a talk. I'm sure they talked about future moves, where Joe's going with his with his platform, obviously, where they're going with theirs. I don't think they said several times where they were going through the bullshit that they still talk because they're friends. So it just kind of, I don't think it has to be fed to the public though,
for sure,
because it's not their thing. It's not their business.
Have they also had a conversation with Parks?
Fuck Parks. New Rory and Mal. Fuck Parks.
So man,
Parks was dick riding.
Damn, they ain't have no conversation with Parks.
Had his own spine and maybe voice some of that venom that he had while they was still on the podcast, then maybe I would respect it. But what you did was you waited until there was a spat and you fell behind the leader. And you fell behind the guy with the platform and the money.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Can't respect you.
Unfortunately.
Because I had never heard of Parks talking spicy to Mal or Rory ever. Never, ever.
No.
Until they left.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, why don't you appreciate all the things that this platform is Parks. Man. It's because he think he got Ice and Savon to protect him. Let Rory and Mal catch his ass walking down the street.
Hey. Where y'all going? Where y'all going?
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this, go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.